Hey, Robert, thanks for doing this first and foremost. After the NFC Championship, you and Cooper Kupp had a very emotional embrace. I was wondering if you could share a little bit of your heart, what that meant for you.
Yeah, really, a lot of emotions went through that. I was my first time getting with the team since the passing of my father. Um, and I know they all reached out to me and just sent very well messages, sent their condolences. And so really just seeing the guys for the first time after such a emotional moment, winning the championship, I feel like it all was just flowing through, just getting with the guys, being able to connect. And I felt like I'm in there emotional for my pops, and I'm just like, congratulations, guys. And they're all just, come here, bro. We're not worried about that. And just meant so much just to my teammates, just really like being there for me. And not only like, there's so much going on with the football and championship and the Super Bowl, but I feel like just the team is still like supportive and including me. And I felt like that moment was just the definition of that right there.
I know a lot of people got questions, so I'll get off, but I just wanted to say miss you and condolences about your dad, Robert.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Kurt. Thank you.
Jordan?
Hey, Robert. First of all, I also wanted to express my condolences to you. I'm sure you're going through a lot right now, just feeling everything, but I'm wondering if you can expand on, what are you feeling right now? Because there's so much joy in some of these moments, right? But also that I'm sure comes with pain as well.
Just remembering just all like the positive and everything in it. It's so much to embrace and so much joy when you really think about it. Obviously, there's saddened times, losing my father, but like that's what my dad wanted. He would love for us to win a championship, win a Super Bowl here. Unfortunate times, I'm hurt, tore my ACL, but still having the joy and seeing the team success get this far and still feel a part of it. I feel like it's an emotion of up and down, but when you really look at the joy and the accomplishments that I've accomplished, my teammates have accomplished, there's so much joy. It overshadows the pain. It's so much positive to look forward to and to look at what we've accomplished and have going forward.
Thank you, Robert.
Thanks, Jordan.
Great.
Hey, Robert, good to see you, man.
You too.
On a little less emotional note, if you can put on your analyst hat for a minute, how do you think the Rams have done replacing you and filling your spot in the offense, because you were so important to this offense for so long?
Yeah, I wouldn't say replace me. We were gonna take that replace word out. But I think they've been looking really good. I've been paying attention to what they've been asking the guys to do, either whether it's some stuff that I've been doing or new stuff that they're doing, or seeing just them implement guys like Odell, like Vince Gronick, like Van Jefferson, into like all these plays and designs. So I feel like not necessarily replace me, but kind of just adding their own game to it, adding their style. McVay working with the guys to capitalize their best attributes and their ability. I wish I could add my mix in there with it. I feel like it would be real dangerous, but I feel like the guys have been stepping up really big, obviously playing well. They've made it to the Super Bowl and focused. I think they've been focused and playing pretty well. Thanks, Grant.
Yep.
Hey, Robert, also condolences to you and your family. I'll get a 2-for-1 here. First, tell me about what growing up and going to Sarah meant to you in your development as a football player and also as a human. And also, what does it mean to have, your teammates like OBJ praise you about how much you still mean to them, even though you're not on the field right now?
Yeah, a little bit of the Sarah story kind of applies to everything in my life. Underdog kind of position. big time Pop Warner football player. Coaches telling me, oh, you got to go to a big high school, whether it's Long Beach Poly or something like that to get recruited. And my dad was like, no, he's going to Sarah with his football. It was like a solid school in sports, but that wasn't really the focus, and ended up just working hard, making out of there, end up getting scholarships and here today. And I think that's kind of like the same thing, just being in the NFL. It's like, it doesn't really matter your position in the draft, what school you went to. It's obviously just putting in the work, working hard, staying consistent. And I think that credit still to this day is just being a hard worker. Doesn't matter about titles, who is predicted to be in the Super Bowl, because that clearly doesn't matter. It's all about working hard and letting that pay off. And hearing my teammates talk about that, I was able to hear a couple of their interviews, and just hearing my teammates speak highly of me is like super, super cool. Obviously, you work hard and your peers, but just to hear, like, I think Stafford say he is the LA Rams. Witt's like, no, he is toughness. All this stuff is just like, man, it's like, that's what I think of you guys. You guys, sharing the same things back to me is just like, man, all I'm doing is just trying to work hard and be successful. And then it's really neat and powerful to hear my teammates speak highly of me.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Tom.
Claudia.
Hey, Robert. My condolences to you and your family, first of all. Talking about this team that has overcome an adversity all season, and now they're preparing for a Super Bowl. As you recover from your injury, what is the attitude and message you help bring to the team?
It's a cool experience. I got to sit. I've been talking to the other guys, just working hard. But last night on the way to the rally, I sat with Cooper and Van, and Van asked me, what was your experience like when you went? And I told him what I thought of how we prepared and the team's mindset going into that game. And I told him like what it's going to take for this one. I feel like it's a chess match. It's a long chess match. You come in, you're going to obviously play a good opponent, but it's literally about just playing your best, playing your hardest, being really locked into your cues throughout the whole game. You get to the sideline, you get back in on that iPad and you study, and you know what your opponent is doing. You go back out there and you go back to working hard, and you shouldn't know the results. I mean, you should know the results by your hard work, but you shouldn't be looking at the score until the end of the game. In a Super Bowl match like this, you just play and you fight and you get back out there and you keep doing it until they say you can't anymore, and then you look at the score and hopefully it's in our favor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gary.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, Gary.
Good to see you. My condolences as well. Knew your dad for a long time. I know he was really proud of you. Can you share with us what the cause of death for your dad? I mean, was he ill or was it a sudden situation?
I mean, it is what it is. Sudden. A change of events throughout the day and night. Unexpected.
And I know we spoke with Cooper, who went through a situation where he was injured and could not be part of the Super Bowl run in 2018. I'm just wondering if he's imparted any knowledge, wisdom, whatever to you in terms of getting through your recovery and dealing with the fact that you can't be on the field for this game.
Yeah, I mean, we talk all the time about knee recovery, the rehab process, the timetable. Our injuries was close around the same time, and just seeing his success, really just trying to trust the process. We shared about our experience. Last time we went to the Super Bowl, he was not in it. We ended up losing the game, and then this Super Bowl, I'm not in it. And I gave him advice: win the game. don't do what we did. Make sure you win, and finish it. And it's been an amazing year. It's all about finishing. I think we were really, really excited when we beat the Saints in our NFC Championship. And I think the team was really, really composed after this win.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Gary.
Stu.
Hey, Robert, also wanted to extend my condolences to you and your family as well. Just wanted to ask you about, again, your connection with Cooper. He mentioned being grateful for you having your rehab sessions at the facility in the morning because it allowed you guys one-on-one time where, you gave a sort of a unique outside-in perspective as far as like what you were seeing in games and things like that. What can you tell us about those conversations and what was it like, I guess, sort of being in that role and getting the chance to do that?
Yeah, being able to talk with the guys at the facility, super big. We usually tap in all the time, every week. I give them my bird's eye view perspective, not on the field in the action, not on the sideline. Literally pretty much like in a coach's perspective, looking down and watching it, seeing it all develop. My first time doing that, I'm telling they look like professionals. I come in the stadium, I see them warming up, I feel proud of them. I'm like, okay, we actually do look like pros out here. And just seeing them take the field, they play fast, they play sound together, seeing the guys on the sideline regroup and everything. A lot of leadership going on to play. But really, I kind of just come in and I just give them my perspective about some plays or what I thought it looked like from this angle, where they're trying to hit this. Really just football discussions, different perspective when we talk about it. A nice view, but I'd rather be on the field having that view for sure.
Of course. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Stu.
Nick.
Hey, Robert, good to see you, man. Prayers and condolences out to you and your family as well. Wanted to ask you, speaking of just Cooper Kupp, you guys had a really heartfelt embrace after the NFC Championship. Cooper described you as a brother. Just from your perspective, what does that mean to have a not just a teammate, but a friend and a man of Cooper's stature really embracing you and really you guys forming an unbreakable bond?
Yeah, it's real. I would just say that it's real. You really, from my experience, going on 9 years in the league, there's many teammates, but there's only a few who really not just stick around, but really care for you as a person. I got like Marquise Goodwin, EJ Manuel, Fred Jackson, Buffalo, Tyrod Taylor, Eric Wood, Marcus Easley. These players, you really create a bond, and they reach out to you and they care about you and your life and your children, being born, marriage, all these things. These players, they show that it's way bigger than football. It's life, and you see these people care about you. Being able to play with Cooper these 5 years, meet his family, know his family, him meeting my family, seeing my family grow, birthdays, all this time we spend together, you really form this bond. And over 5 years of being in the meeting room, being on the field, being at workout sessions, being on Zoom, being at each other's houses, all this time and chemistry you really build is why you play for each other, why you play well. And Cooper is one of the guys who is definitely going to be in my life for the long haul. You could tell. And it's just bigger than football. I went up to Cooper, telling him congratulations after the game. And like I said, he's not wanting to discuss football. So just having guys like that around you in your life is really, really impactful. And to be able to play with these guys is even more impactful because they have your back, your best interests, and they love you and care for you.
Thank you, Robert.
Appreciate it.
Maria.
Hey, Robert, it's so good to see you. And I'm so sorry about your dad. Sending you lots of love and prayers for sure. I had a chance to talk to Van Jefferson a few weeks ago, and he was saying how, you were his guy, that he felt like he's learned so much from you. And even when you couldn't be there, you were on the phone with him and really helping him out. Just tell me about your relationship with him growing and just the growth you've seen in him.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of growth in Van from meeting him at our first workout in Orange County. Him walking up, I'm like, all right, who's this guy? Who we got walking up here? Let's see, check out Van Jefferson. And really was just, first I'll tell you, I watched his highlight tape before meeting him. I had to check him out, see what we drafted. But great player, great person, being able to connect with him at the workout and kind of figure out his style and really just teach, kind of get ready to introduce our offense to him, working on that, and picked it up very well right away. And really a savvy receiver, great skill set, and great, attributes, being able to wiggle, I would say hesitation moves, all these things I feel like he has in his game. And I feel like when I was able to work with him and see him and tell him bro, our offense in McVay allows you to have that freedom in your route, do what you want, get open. And really we just bonded and was just working on the field, trying to get better. Last year, his first introduction to him, and trying to show him the ropes and just what it takes to be a quality receiver in the NFL, not just flashy or have spurts. You got to be able to do it all. Being able to just embrace him, excited to see the plays that he make, screaming for him the loudest. But really just over these 2 past years, just seeing his growth and development, being able to be a big impactful player in our offense. It's kind of similar roles to me, I would say, in Buffalo, just being challenged, always bringing in other receivers. It's almost, you have that, what about me? But Van has always stepped up, and his name is out there on full display, making big plays for the Rams, key plays, and really step into his role and just keep being himself and just keep being Van, balling.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We get Modesti in here.
Hi, Robert. Good to see you, and very sorry about your dad. We have a lot of questions that relate to Cooper Kupp, which I guess is appropriate because he talks about you so much. But one thing he said about his experience missing the Super Bowl, missing the whole playoffs 3 years ago, was how hard the mixed emotions were of wanting his teammates to go a long way, but how much it hurt that he couldn't be part of it. Do you relate to that?
Yeah, I would say I definitely relate to that for sure. I definitely felt like that. I feel like recently I was able to overcome that feeling of man, not being a part of it, or telling guys, hey man, congratulations. And they're like, no, congratulations to you too. I feel like the team has been really, really big on no, you're a part of this, you're a part of this, you're a part of this. But yeah, initially, you fresh out of being injured, fresh out of surgery, and you're like, man, I was just doing that a few weeks ago, just making plays. Or if I was in, I could have did this or something like that. But really, I feel like I was able to just get past that and really be able to enjoy this whole playoff experience, seeing the guys make plays, seeing Ben Skronik dominate on special teams and come in and have an impact on offense. I feel like now I'm able to just really, really enjoy it, embrace it. Get to be on the field this Sunday. I'm gonna enjoy it a lot more. But definitely the guys make me feel like I'm in it, being a part of it. And I'm excited for the guys. We just gotta win it. Just one more.
Then just quickly, you mentioned timetable. Do you know what the timetable is and when you might be on the field next year?
Well, I saw the Bengals tight end throw his brace off. Kind of inspired me. But just, I mean, hoping for sure next season. Should be good by like mini camp for sure. But I just want to be able to take my time, and I just want to be able to train how I like before I get into it, full go. I know they're going to be like, all right, you cleared, but I feel like I have a certain training method I like to get in before I fully get going.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Duarte?
Yeah, Robert, first of all, condolences to you and your family. My question, I don't even think you were born the last time the Super Bowl was in Los Angeles in 1993. So being an LA kid, being from here, how special would it be for you to win a ring here in Los Angeles when the Super Bowl is back after 30 years and your team from LA is in it?
Yeah, super impactful. I was 1 year old. I don't remember the game, but for me, just growing up in LA, this is championship city. Seeing the Lakers, Shaq and Kobe dominate, seeing the Dodgers dominate, seeing the Kings win their championships. I feel like it's time for us. I mean, we have the football team here. We got to be a part of that LA legacy, LA history. You gotta win championships in LA. We could win NFC championships. You can win playoffs games, but that's not what we do here in LA. I feel like we win championships. We make our fans proud. We make them loyal fans. And this is how you do it. You win championships. You have parades going down Figueroa or whatever street we're going down. But it's super impactful for kids growing up, for new fans growing up. This is how you become their favorite team. This is how you get long, loyal fans. You get rings, you get trophies, and you finish the season.
Hey, Robert, Nick Wagner from ESPN. I have another Cooper Kupp related question, but actually it's a little different. For both of you guys, when you got there, there had been kind of this long dormant legacy of wide receivers that hadn't been active, and dating back to Torrey Holt and Isaac Bruce, there hadn't been guys like you and Cooper until then. How aware were you of kind of maybe trying to reignite that in that franchise, and how much pride do you take in you and Cooper kind of being able to reset that standard?
Yeah, I mean, you look at the greatest show on turf, they've been making plays. We've all seen their highlights. We've all picked them on Madden when we were growing up. But to come to this organization and that there's like a historic lineup of receivers, you obviously want to go up there and produce, and you want to be a part of that. But I think it's just me and Cooper's game. We're true receivers, want the ball in our hands. Want the attention, want the spotlight, want your best corner, want your best coverage play against us, and we want to just be able to make plays and dominate. And I think that's what they did. They did that against the best. They did that to win the Super Bowl. You have to perform at an elite level all around, not just in the passing game, clearly, but just from a receiver's perspective, just coming in and dominating and chasing the greats like Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Hall of Famers, get Torrey in the Hall of Fame, but just chasing their stats, chasing their legacy, trying to be a part of it, in the all-time Rams list. It's so many great receivers, and even be able to meet Torrey Holt and him have an impact on our receiver room. See his greatness, always throwing up the hands to all hands. But just getting a taste and just seeing what it's like to be great. He shares memories with us, shares some techniques with us. And helps us trying to accomplish and beat his accolades, because you want to make it best for the next, and I think they're definitely doing so. They left a great example for us to follow when we're doing so.
All right, we're wrapping with a quick one from Jordan and Stu.
Hey, Robert, thanks for the follow-up. I just wanted to ask you about Yarbs really quick. I had heard from one of his former receivers that when he teaches like handwork, leverage work, releases off the line of scrimmage, he teaches it almost like a defensive line coach would teach it. What can you tell me about that and about his process in doing that?
So I don't know much about D-line, but seeing Aaron Donald work is like, man, we kind of doing the same things, and Yarbs is putting on these hand fighting equipments when we're doing the releases, and it's just, I would say it's similar. It's hand fighting. You got to pick a side, you move a guy, but really it gets combative. And when Yarbs is demonstrating, he is definitely hands on. He's definitely taking some licks from all of us. But I feel like that's what you get out of a great coach. You know, he wants to be involved. He wants to put his hands on. He wants to teach you by example. And Yarbs is a fiery guy. He's definitely fired up. It's funny. Well, not funny. I'll tell you what's funny. But him just getting into a pregame, he always comes up to me full of emotion every single game. And then I saw a clip this past game, him running in the locker room. And I was like, man, that's just so Yarbs, just so fired up, just full of energy. And he brings it every practice, every game. And it's why the guys are fired up and excited to play for him. And it shows.
Thank you, Robert.
Thanks, Jordan.
Stu.
Hey, Robert, following up on Kevin's question earlier about the mixed emotions, at what point or what was the moment where, you felt like you overcame those feelings? You mentioned it being recent. Was there like an exchange or anything like that, or a moment that, what was it that I kind of sparked that?
Yeah, not really exchange with them, more so just like self. It is what it is. I got hurt. I'm out for the year. I could sit here and mope about it and say, oh man, I wish I was out there. The team is winning the Super Bowl ring without me, but I'm a part of this. I mean, I feel like that's just being able to look at it from that perspective and not really feel out of it. Is almost just like flipping it and just like you're right. The team wouldn't be here without some of the plays that I helped contribute on, some touchdowns, some blocking. Yeah, I didn't play all 17, but I'm a part of this championship team. Hopefully we win it, but there's gonna be a stone in there for me for my work. We all gonna be a part of this, but we all gonna get a part of that ring, whatever it is.
Thank you, Robert. Really appreciate your time tonight.
Appreciate it, Stu. Thank you, guys.